Hey guys, Falafel92, and today we will be discussing Harry Potter. We have all 8 mainline films. We have the Harry Potter Return to Hogwarts documentary, all 3 Fantastic Beasts films, cookbook, all 3 spin-offs, or at least the main spin-offs. There's many more spin-offs, but that's irrelevant. And then all 7 novels. And I purchased Prisoner of Azkaban within the last month or so. So yeah, let's get started. Still have not, made anything out of my Harry Potter cookbook. Nothing has changed when Leslie Phillips, the guy who played the Sorting Hat, died. Nothing changed when the late Robbie Coltrane died. Nothing's changed. And even before I made that video, still had not made anything out of that cookbook. I really want to. Still have not. The Tales of the Beetle, the Bard, if you love short stories, you'll enjoy it. And if you like short novels, you'll also enjoy it as well. I mean, I also enjoy the commentaries that Dumbledore makes within the novel, too. That was also enjoyable. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them also is a very great novel, and what a lot of people really don't know about the Fantastic Beasts films are, I feel like a lot of people complain about the Dumbledore-Grindelwald relationship, and especially Grindelwald's relationship with Newt. And people are like, oh, well, Newt didn't really deal with, Grindelwald and all that, and they shouldn't have had Grindelwald involved with it. It's like, people failed to read the intro to this book, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's like, Newt did take down Grindelwald and all that, but that's not the main focal point of the book. The main focal point of the book is that, Newt Scamander finds all these rare creatures and rates them from least likely to kill you to you do not touch these animals ever or they will kill you type of thing. So yeah, but it's an amazing read. I definitely recommend people read it. So yeah. And Quidditch Through the Ages also is a great book. I would highly recommend people read it because it's actually interesting. And if you like Harry Potter, read it. Now, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I think, is a great novel. It's not too meaty, but at the same time, it manages to capture a lot of stuff within, a couple hundred pages. And some books, canon, 5, 6, 7, 800 books and pages type of thing. So yeah, same thing with Chamber of Secrets. They're both great books. They're kind of on the short side, but guess what? They're still worth it. So yeah. Prisoner of Azkaban, I know a lot of people say the movie is the best. We'll cross that bridge in a minute. But The Prisoner of Azkaban, I had reread it, a couple of months ago in advance, and then I read it when I purchased it a few weeks ago. It is great. It's just God tier to me how, it's just entertainment at its finest. And it's the same, yeah, I just thought it was really well handled how, it adds new characters in a way that's entertainment and engaging. And this is really where, Ron and Hermione start having relationship stuff, and it's obvious it's more than just your traditional, oh, Hermione and Ron are having a go at each other type of thing. Like, you can tell that something's going on, so yeah. Now, Goblet of Fire also was great. I mean, that's where they started adding a lot, Rowling started adding a lot more meat to the books than she probably should have, but that's, yeah, we'll get across that bridge in a hot second, so yeah. But still, it's fun actually introducing characters outside of, England, Scotland, Ireland, hell, let's even throw in Wales and North Ireland. I don't think there are any Welsh characters or North Irish, but let me know in the comments. So yeah, but it's still a great novel. Order of the Phoenix, I mean, I have some issues with it, like trying to copy what they did with Prisoner of Azkaban, and just the fact that, you know, the book is completely, you know, longer than what got released in England. I'm not sure why they needed to do that, but you know, it's like an American talking to other Americans, so I don't think there's any harm in that, so it really doesn't matter. I still think it's one of the best books, and it manages to not, you know, it shows a lack of Voldemort, and yet it manages for me to be engaging. That's just me. So yeah, I absolutely enjoy it. Half-Blood Prince, again, like with Prisoner of Azkaban, the book is to me absolutely amazing. Having reread it in within the last year or so. Same thing with Deathly Hallows, like fantastic ending as well. So yeah, they're absolutely great books, and overall the entire franchise is awesome. And so now we get into the movies. The Harry Potter documentary is awesome. I think it was just fantastically, you know, bringing back a lot of the new cast members and the directors back 20 years after the series started and 10 years after it ended. It was just amazing to me. And with the Fantastic Beasts films, I enjoyed the first one. It was great, but it was very just slow to me. Yeah, whereas the Crimes of Grindelwald just was garbage. There's way too many plot lines in it that they could have just cut out, and it was unnecessary. And, you know, for me, The Secrets of Dumbledore I thought was enjoyable enough. I watched it the first time, you know, a year ago. I was flying out to the Netherlands for a cruise to the UK, and I tried, and it was a struggle for me to not fall asleep, but that's irrelevant. And I rewatched it. I'm just like, okay, I just felt like, you know, making Dumbledore and Grindelwald lovers, that was a turnoff for me. And also, this also stems back to Crimes of Grindelwald. They did not know really what they were doing with it. They should have either have made it a Fantastic Beasts and talked about Fantastic Beasts, or they should have talked about Dumbledore and Grindelwald and kept those two things separate. It's that simple to me. And also, justice for Johnny Depp. I'm just going to sneak that in right now. And so we come to the main films. I feel like a lot of people rank the first two movies and act like they are committing the sin of existing and acting like they did something so horrible, when it's like these two movies are following these two books so religiously, and that's what I love about them. That's why I love it. And again, we are going to Prisoner of Azkaban. This is the most criminal act of them all. I just felt like it did not follow the book at all. I did not care for it. It was a complete turnoff to me. You know what you did? You exist. Goblet of Fire was fine to me. It's a little clunky, but at the same time, this book's like, what, 600-700 pages? You know, we'll deal with it. Order of the Phoenix, I feel like a lot of people rate it way higher than it deserves. Like, I get that it's not easy to follow a almost 900-page book. I mean, but it's just pathetic to me how they literally commit the same crime that Stephen King's It miniseries from 1990. And yes, I'm going to bring up a 33-year-old horror movie to exemplify my point. These two movies commit the same crime of they cut so much down to where it's like, what is this? It's just bad to me. Half-Blood Prince, again, just commits the sin of fixating on stuff that is so minuscule in the book that it's like, why? Like, I get that there were romance stuff in the book, but that was so minute that they're like, oh, we're just gonna fixate on this. That's normal. That's what people want to see. No, no, this is about Voldemort. This is about good old Voldemort and what his backstory and why, he turned out the way he did. Not about romance. And so, yeah, I feel like Deathly Hallows Part 1, like the first two movies, gets a bad reputation. Unlike the first two movies, I understand why people are going after it because, this is the first. Harry Potter was the first franchise that started off, just splitting the final book into two parts. You have Twilight, Divergent, you got Hunger Games doing, all the same stuff because of this franchise right here. And it's like, I don't know who I feel sorry for. J.K. Rowling, the audience, other film franchises and writers, I don't know. But that's just me. So overall, with Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, we have some, we have some good, we have some bad, we have some what the criminy are we doing type of thing. So yeah, this has been an updated Harry Potter review with Falafel92.